Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys Games Collectibles. And today we're looking at something that's now quite old, is very collectible and is becoming quite hard to find, especially in this particular condition. So we are looking at the 2005 release by Bandai from their Gerry Anderson's new Captain Scarlet series of toys and action figures. And this particular set we're looking at today is of the Spectrum gun set. Now, the new Captain Scarlet was a computer-generated reboot of the 1967 original Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons, which was all super marination, i.e. it was all puppets, which was also produced by Gerry Anderson, incidentally. But this new one was computer animation, or CGI, whatever you like to call it, or as Gerry Anderson would say, this is made in hyper marination, and it was incidentally the last show that Gerry Anderson produced. It was the last one that he actually was on the production for. Now, there was 26 episodes made over a course of 2 seasons, or 2 series I should say, and the running time for each episode was about 22 minutes, and the total budget for all 26 episodes was £22 million, and the series aired originally between the 12th of February to the 26th of November 2005. Both series were aired during that particular time. Okay, so this is the set in front of us, and it says at the very top, Bandai assortment number 96050, reference 96052, and it's Gerry Anderson's new Captain Scarlet, and on the right hand side it says Forum Bus Plus, and it says at the bottom Spectrum gun set. And you can see you have an image of Captain Scarlet on the left hand corner holding his Spectrum pistol, and that's how he appeared in the new Gerry Anderson Captain Scarlet TV show. Okay, that's the front of the set. Now, before we have a look at the items themselves, what I want to do is turn the box around and let's see what we got printed on the back. Okay, so I've turned the box around and this is what we've got on the back. So it says Bandai Gain Assortment number 96052, reference 96052. Gerry Anderson's new Captain Scarlet, and there you can see you've got Captain Black on the left hand side, Captain Blue in the middle, and Captain Scarlet on the right hand side. And it says the fight against evil has begun. Nearly 40 years ago, the world trembled for the first time as the vengeful alien voice of the Mysterons threatened global death and destruction. After a Mysteron attack whilst exploring Mars, Scarlet escapes the Mysterons' control. However, their genetic mutation of his body leaves him virtually indestructible, making him Spectrum's prime weapon against the aliens and their new instrument of destruction. Scarlet's one-time friend and now mortal enemy, Captain Black. This is www.captainscarlet.com. It says Spectrum gun set, and it says place the Spectrum gun in the holder, as you can see, and there's a holder that clips to your belt. And there's the Spectrum gun, and you've got these 3 different modes. So you can have Captain Scarlet red mode, Captain Blue blue mode, or Captain Black in black mode, and they're all interchangeable. You've got stun mode and laser mode on the pistol, and you have this Spectrum Detonation Device that also has a belt clip and clips to your belt. Down here you've got Granada Ventures and CITV and the Spectrum logo, and it says check us out at www.bandaieurope.com. Okay, that's the back of the box. Let's just drop the box forward. Is there anything on the... so I need to turn the box around. Okay, so let's just zoom out a little bit as well. And it says Bandai assortment number 96050, reference 96052 again. Gerry Anderson's new Captain Scarlet. Spectrum gun requires 2 AAA 1.5 volt batteries not included, and it's got Spectrum gun set on there, ages 4 and plus, and again the image of Captain Scarlet, and I think it's exactly the same. Oh no, on the other end it's very different. So on the other end, again, it's got assortment number 96050, the Bandai logo, and reference 96052. Gerry Anderson's new Captain Scarlet. You've got the barcode at the bottom there. and the CE logo and the not suitable for children under 3 logo. There you got Captain Scarlet, Captain Blue, and it says Anderson Entertainment Limited, Gap PLC, copyright MM14, original production Captain Scarlet, copyright 1967 ITC. Captain Scarlet is used under license by Granada Ventures Limited, and it says warning, not suitable for children under 36 months, contains small parts which could be swallowed. Colours, contents and decoration of contents may vary. Not all products will be available in your country. Retain packaging as it contains important information. Manufactured in China, distributed by Bandai UK Limited, Hedge End, Southampton. And that is it. Okay, that is the set. Let's just turn the box to the side, because I believe on the side, yes, so on the side, let's just zoom out a little bit. Now you can see other items in the same series. So you've got new Captain Scarlet, these are sold separately. So you've got the cloud base, and it's got a moving repair arm, lights and exciting sounds from the TV show. And there you can see again all of the items there. So it says you got the vehicle storage hanger, store all the mini vehicles inside mini vehicles, reference 96040, also separately. DX Sky Base also available, each sold separately. So that's that side. And if we turn the box back round to the other side, here we have the other items also available, which you had the figures. So you had Captain Black, Captain Blue and Captain Scarlet. Those are the action figures. There was more figures than that, but there's only 3 shown on the box here. And also down at the bottom here, it says the Spectrum or Spectre Tech communicator. And you've got the 3 different costs. So you've got the Angel, Captain Blue, Captain Scarlet, and the Spectrum badge, or the Spectrum badge on the front of the communicator, which is more like a mobile phone. Spectrum and Tech communicator also available, and again, each sold separately. Okay, that's the box with the items in. What I think we're going to do now is we're going to open the box, we're going to take them out, and we're going to have a look at each individual item. Okay, so I've removed the items from the box, and this is what we've got. So let's just move the paperwork out of the way. So we've got the Captain Scarlet pistol, or the Spectrum pistol, I should say. We've got the interchangeable modes, so the black on there at the moment, but we can put red on for Captain Scarlet, or we can put blue on for Captain Blue. We've got the holster, which clips to your belt. We've got the detonator holster, which also clips to your belt, and we've got the detonator itself. Okay, before we look at that, let's have a look at the instructions and see what this says. So it says contents, see drawings. So number 1 is a Spectrum gun. Number 2 and 3, different colour hand grips. Oh, sorry, 3 is a Spectrum gun holster. 4 is a Spectrum Detonation Device, and 5 is a Spectrum Detonation Device holder. And here it says loosen the screw on the battery. Oh, this is to change the batteries. Let's open that all the way up actually, and then we can have a read of that properly. So it says loosen the screw on the battery cover located on the handle of Spectrum gun. Remove cover and insert 2 AAA 1.5 volt batteries not supplied, making sure to match the plus and the minus indicators. Replace the battery cover and tighten the screw. Choose one of the 3 different coloured hand grips and attach it to the handle of the Spectrum gun as shown. There we go. So how to play with a Spectrum Detonation Device. Push the 6 prongs back into the Spectrum Detonation Device. Press the round button in the centre to make the prongs spring open. You can insert the Spectrum Detonation Device into the holder and attach it to your belt or trousers. You can also attach the Spectrum Detonation Device onto a window using the suction cap located on the back. To remove it, carefully peel off the suction cap. And how to play with a Spectrum gun. So, move the switch on the stun to the stun or laser position. See drawing for, which is the switch at the back there. So you got off, stun and laser. Stun position, pull the trigger to activate gun sound and yellow light. Laser position, pull the trigger to activate laser sound and red light. Depending on which character you want to be, choose one of the 3 different coloured hand grips and attach it to the Spectrum gun. If you have chosen the red hand grip, you will be Captain Scarlet. You will hear Captain Scarlet voice. If you've chosen the blue hand grip, you will hear Captain Blue's voice. If you've chosen the black hand grip, you will hear Captain Black's voice. Interesting. You can attach the holster to your belt or trousers and use it for holding the Spectrum gun. When you have finished playing with the Spectrum gun, move the switch to the off position. Okay, let's have a look at the items then. Move that out of the way. So, first of all, let's have a look at the Spectrum gun. Now, I have inserted batteries into this. I did unscrew it. There's 2 screws there, and I have inserted the batteries. Now, you can see actually that this was a former window display set, and you can see that it has discolored a little bit on the front, so it's yellowed a little bit due to sunlight, and on the other side you can see it's still very nice and white, which is the color that they were supposed to be. I mean, that's you can re-bleach these and get the color back to the original color if you wanted to. Personally though, I like the idea that it is a 2-tone color because it gives you the impression that it's been used in battle. Okay, so there's the off switch. Let's turn it on to stun. And let's pull the trigger. Okay, and if we look at the end, you can see the light flashing in there. And if we switch it over to laser, it's a bit difficult to see, but there is a... If I turn the light off, we might be able to see it a little bit better. But there is a red light that, there you can see it, that lights up. So that, you've got the red light when you're on laser. If you flick it back to stun, you've got the yellow light. So it doesn't really light up anywhere. So it's just literally inside the barrel. And again, the laser. Okay, let's just whack the light back on. Now it's said in the instructions you hear the voice of Captain Scarlet or Captain Blue, but I didn't actually hear that. We'll come back to that in a second. Let's have a look at the detonation device. So it's got a timer on there. So if we press the button, so all the detonation bits pop out, and then your timer starts. It's got a suction cap, so if you wet it, you can stick it on something like glass or tiles and what have you, and those all pop back in place, and that item can sit inside the belt strap. So that your belt goes through the center there, and that sits on your belt. And when you go out on your missions, you take one of those with you, and there it is. And when you pull it out, set the detonator and apply it wherever it needs to go. So that is the detonation device. Nice little bit of fun, that. And then also you've got the holster, and that just clips over your belt, or wherever, or even over your pocket if you wanted it on your pocket, and the pistol would just slot in there, that way around actually, and hold on in next to your leg or your wherever you hold it. So that is the pistol and the holster. I just want to go back and to the instructions and have a look at where the voices were supposed to be from. So let's do that now. Okay, so I unscrewed the section, and I removed the Captain Black hand grip, and I'm just going to pop on the Captain Scarlet one and see what happens.
This is a Spectrum raid. Nobody move.
Okay, so that's Captain Black's voice. Captain Scarlet's voice, I should say. So you only get the voice when that goes on. So let's put it on again.
This is a Spectrum raid. Nobody move.
Okay, so you get the Captain Scarlet's voice when you slide that on. So let's slide that off, and let's pop on Captain Blue.
Don't move a muscle, Mr. On Scum.
Oh, let's do that again.
Don't move a muscle, Mr. On Scum.
Don't move a muscle, Mr. On Scum. Okay, so let's remove that and let's pop on Captain Black again. So this was the Captain Black middle piece. So let's pop that in.
I'm cutting short your life.
Okay, so there we go. So it is these bits which pop into the end of the gun, and that tells you the...
I'm cutting short your life.
So that's Captain Black's voice, but you only get the voice when you insert the handle grip. So on we go.
I'm cutting short your life.
Okay, and the Captain Black one, this one has to be screwed on. So you've got the two connectors which go through there, and then you have the other side which also goes through there, and then you've got two screws that you use to pop in and screw that one on if you want to keep Captain Black handle on to the gun. But there we are. So I do, obviously it's fully working. The sound is there, the voices are there when you put the handle, the mode handles on. So you've got Captain Blue, Captain Scarlet, and Captain Black. I'll leave this as Captain Black because that's the one that's screwed on, and in the box the sections are for those two. So there we are. That is the Spectrum gun set, or pistol set, whatever you like to call it. So how well did these do? In fact, before we do that, what I didn't do was give you the sizes. Let me just do that first of all, because this is a nice size pistol. So we're looking at 22.5 centimeters long, and we are looking at 12.5 centimeters tall from the bottom of the handle to the top of the barrel. And if we measure across at the widest point, we are looking at about 3 centimeters wide. So that's a nice indication of the size of the pistol. And then the holster grip, that again is 13.5 centimeters. And at the widest point where the pistol would sit in is 7 centimeters. And depth-wise, we're looking at about 5 centimeters, and that's from the clip that clips onto your pocket or your belt or wherever you want it to. You can put your belt strap through there, or you can have it at your pocket so it's lowered down on your leg, the way Captain Scarlet used to wear his pistol. And then the detonation device, so we're looking at again 7 centimeters in diameter. Depth-wise, we're looking at about 4 centimeters, I should say. No, sorry, about 5 centimeters deep. And if you measure it with the detonations out, we're looking at 8 centimeters. So nice size, that. And then of course the diameter of the plunger or the rubber bung is 6 centimeters, and that just needs to be wet and then stuck, and then when you pull it off, you just pull it off from that tag and it comes away. And then of course this is the belt holder for the detonation device, and your belt just slots through the holes there and sits on your belt, and then that just, try and put it the right way up, and that just pops in, and there we have it. That's the detonation device. So let's just give you an idea of the size of these grips. So we're looking at 7 centimeters by 5 centimeters by 2.5 centimeters, and they're both the same. Captain Blues and Captain Scarlets are both the same size. So there we have it. It's a shame about the discolouring on this one, but it was in the box. It was displayed in a shop window for some time, and obviously sunlight was hitting it, which is why it's discoloured somewhat. There is also some slight discolouring to the plastic tray that these were in, but other than that, the item is in mint condition, and has never had a batteries put in it until I put them in myself. It's never functioned, obviously, until I've pressed the buttons. So there we have it. That is the Captain Scarlet pistol set, or the gun set. So how well did these do back in 2005 when they was released? Well, to be honest with you, obviously they did fairly well. There was a number produced, numbers sold, but not in comparison to the 1960s one. I don't know whether because it was CGI, it didn't really have the following as the original Captain Scarlet did. Although the stories, even though they're only 22 minutes long, I think they were, the stories were very, very good, and the CGI was brilliant, and there was no restrictions like you had with puppetry. You didn't have those restrictions on this television series, but sadly it wasn't as popular as the original one, although this ran for 2 seasons as opposed to the original one, which only had 1 season. So yeah, quite disappointing. And obviously the toys were released, figures and the toys were released as the series was coming to an end. So hence the reason why the quantity of merchandise for this particular Captain Scarlet series was very low, because it wasn't released until after the first season had aired and in the middle of the second season, which was the last. So quite disappointing for the merchandising, and obviously the quantities just wasn't huge, which they could have been actually, but they weren't. So popularity was not great on these. Now let's move forward to 2024. So we're 19 years on. Do these sets come up very often on the platforms? Occasionally they come up. Occasionally they boast that they're as new condition, just like this one is, with the exception of this discoloration. But they do come up from time to time on the platforms. Yeah, very expensive if they are saying they are new. Obviously they can't be brand new because they haven't been made for 20 years. But as a new condition, unopened, just like this one was until I opened it, they do pop up from time to time. However, whether they've tested them or not, who knows? Because obviously electronics do deteriorate after a period of time, and you don't know how they've been kept. So it's always best to get someone to check it for you. And obviously, if you're buying from the platforms, just be sure to ask questions to make sure that they're all functioning and working. Or alternatively, of course, we at Midas Touch have a few of these, and they're currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Gerry Anderson items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And some items are unique to our website, and they're not available on any of the platforms. And that's quite simply because of product decommissioning and copyright information. So you can't reuse words, you can't relist items that have been taken offline, and so on. So there's certain reasons why they can't be shown on the platforms, and there's also other reasons where they could be classed as dangerous toys. So things like that are half the reasons why you can't show everything on the platforms. Not to mention the fact also is that some of the best items we keep exclusively on our website, and we also give you, well, you'll also get a little bit more discount on our website than you are if you buy from the platforms. So it's always beneficial to hit our website. But also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we are uploading videos for every new item that goes to the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive that this is something you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you're looking for, something old you've never been able to find, or something quirky that you might want to buy for a friend, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, that next item could be that one you've been looking for. Okay, that's it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful, wonderful Spectrum gun set. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again next video. So bye for now.